Edward is your typical grade school student. In the morning he has a good breakfast, a really good breakfast. Before Eddie leaves for school, his mum packs his snack box with healthy treats, and his dad gives him a cashless school card loaded with pocket money to use for lunch in the school cafeteria. During morning break, Edward opens his snack box and takes a bite out of his healthy snack, and decides that a cheese sandwich from the school cafeteria is a much tastier choice. After all, he can afford one with his cashless card. The card is loaded, and the only credit limit that Edward knows is the money on his cashless card. He grabs a granola bar too, no harm in that, right? He remembers his teachers and his parents saying that granola is healthy. At lunch break, Edward revisits the school cafeteria, grabs a healthy burger, a healthy plate of vegetable pasta, a healthy bowl of fruit yogurt, and a healthy slice of apple pie. After all, the only credit limit he knows is the money on his cashless card, and the school authorities have made an effort to make all school foods healthy. Edward doesn't know why, but he's feeling tired and heavy. He decides to sit out playtime. Imagine now a different scenario. Edward's school has set up an innovative electronic system from a company called wizMotions to teach Edward how to practice making proper food choices. Instead of a cashless card with just a money credit limit, Edward now wears a smartwatch. The watch is pre-programmed with a money credit limit set earlier by his dad through an online app from wizMotions. Furthermore, Edward's smartwatch has been pre-programmed by the school nutritionist with nutritional limits that Edward cannot exceed. The school caterer was also required to register all portion and nutritional values of food sold in the school cafeteria onto the wizMotions electronic platform. Now let's see how Edward is learning his nutrition ABCs. In the morning, he learns to update his food diary with the breakfast his mum prepares for him. His mum is also learning to control food quality and portion size. Mum also logs what snacks she's left Edward in his snack box and what dinner she's prepared for him when he's back from school. Edward and Mum are both working the wizMotions app online and getting feedback from the school nutritionist. When at the school cafeteria, Edward uses his smartwatch to scan the foods he wants to buy. He taps a food item with his smartwatch, and if he has enough money credit and nutrition credit, he can buy that food item. If one of the nutrition limits is exceeded, Edward will not be able to buy that item and will have to exchange it for one that is within his nutritional limits. Edward has now made a better food choice. Edward's food choices are recorded automatically onto his food diary on the wizMotions electronic platform for his parents and nutritionists to see. More importantly, Edward is feeling light and strong and now plays with his friends during playtime. As Edward plays, an activity app on his smartwatch monitors and records his energy and activity levels. These are loaded back onto the wizMotions electronic platform, and now he, his parents, and the school nutritionist can monitor his nutrition and activity levels and regulate both as Edward progresses. Edward is now growing stronger and healthier, happily ever after. The end. Oh, wait! There's more to this story. What happens to Edward outside school? What if Edward was to visit the convenience store, gas station, cinema, or fun fair? Surely he would be able to use cash to buy and eat what he wants, right? Or even worse, what if, as he grows up, he gains access to cigarettes or, heaven forbid, drugs? A bad ending to a good story, you might think, right? Not really. Imagine that the same wizMotions system was rolled out across the city in shops, cinemas, grocery stores, gas stations, etc. And it became a matter of government policy that children under a specific age were only allowed to purchase items from outlets using their smartwatch that is pre-programmed to only allow age-appropriate purchases of food or otherwise. Imagine that. No need to imagine that. You can live it now. Sign up your school, school group, school district, town or city with wizMotions today.